one of the ways that you also differ, you're not only an independent candidate, but you are actually considerably younger than the other mayoral candidates.
Yeah.
Do you think that that would also bring
Very, very, they're all very, very old. These, they're all very, very old.
yeah, I as a young person myself, I it's really refreshing to see younger people running for these top positions. And you've promised to run focusing on the region's youth and diversity. So, in terms of focusing on the region's young population, which is a very large amount of people, what will you be doing, and how do you think that's going to differ yourself from the approach of other candidates?
Yeah, like I said at the earlier on when you and I were talking, this is a very young and diverse area, and you look around the top table, and just put one person in at least who reflects that. I'm not talking about wholesale change, but if you look around the table, in fact, it would be quite interesting to be chairing that combined authority on the 7th of May, the day after the election, and looking around and seeing a lack of that youth and diversity represented. So I think it's important, and I think if you look at the if you look around the world, younger leaders are really stepping up, and they're stepping forward, and they're making change, and they bring with them a fresh pair of eyes, a fresh perspective. Sometimes, dare I say it, a more humble and relatable, approach to politics. They're not always so grand as some of the traditional older generation players. So I think a lot of what you bring in as a younger person in the race is that you better reflect the area. I'm much closer to the average age of the region, and it's a freshness of style, and it's also about who you bring into the conversation. So I spoke earlier about backing the doers, and there's so much talent in the West Midlands. I'm lucky to have been endorsed by Carl Chin, the Brummie and West Midlands historian, and he said to me and to others at an education event a while ago, there is an abundance of talent in the West Midlands, but there's a lack of opportunity. And I think what makes the mayoral role unique and distinctive from other political roles is that it's the ultimate convening position. You can pick up the phone, you can knock heads together, you can bring together events around almost any theme in the area, and if you put those young people around the table and on the stage, amazing things will happen.